Britain and the Americans have been at war since June, and since then it's been absolute chaos around here. Of course, I can't move to the province of Canada yet because it's too dangerous. But once Britain wins the war, which I'm really hoping will happen, I'll move out to live in Canada. But right now, I have more important matters to worry about. Today is my 18th birthday. I am the right age to join the army and fight for Britain. Ever since Dad left to fight for the army, we haven't heard from him until last night. The courier brought us a note. It was the certificate of his death. I cried myself to sleep, and I decided I will sign up for the army. I will fight for Britain, and I will avenge his death. Only one problem, though. I'm a girl, and girls can't fight in the war. So I have come up with a brilliant plan so I can fight in the war. I will disguise myself as a boy to get into the army. Today I cut my hair very short. I looked in the mirror and my disguise didn't look very convincing, so I changed it to a tunic and pants I bought from the market the other day. I told Mum I was just going for a walk and I snuck the pants and shirt into my room. Now my disguise looked very believable. Mom was traveling to the big city for 3 weeks to sell goods from our farm and stock up on things for the winter, so this was my opportunity to join the army and leave before she comes back. I walked to town hall and had a small interview with the man there. He said I was accepted and I'd be shipped off to a fort on the 20th. He handed me a red coat, white pants, and a tall black hat. "Welcome to the army, Andy," he said cheerfully. My real name is Andrea, but I thought I would change it to Andy because Andrea isn't really a boy's name, and Andy is my nickname, so I would respond to it. Anyways, I'm really excited to get to see Canada and fight for Britain. I just got on a huge ship today. It was amazing. It was made of wood and it was beautiful. Over 100 other soldiers were there too. I didn't talk to anyone though. I liked how the ocean smelled and looked, and every once in a while water mist would splash me, and it was very cold. We are told we'll arrive on the 25th. I can't wait. We arrived at the fort. As soon as we got there, we had 30 minutes to unpack and get ready for battle. The Americans started to shoot at the fort with huge cannons and muskets. I watched as the others prepared their muskets and I copied them. I watched them shoot and I thought, well, that looks easy. It wasn't at all. I missed every time. I eventually ran out of ammo. I yelled to the man next to me that I didn't have any more ammunition, and he yelled at me to use rocks. I shoved a ton of rocks into my musket, tried my very best to aim, and fired into a group of soldiers. 2 of them were hit. 1 was killed. We fought for days, switching on and off shifts to sleep and eat. Eventually, the Americans fled. We had won! I started to walk back to the fort to sleep when suddenly I heard a loud bang. A hot pain sprang into my left arm as I collapsed on the ground. The last thing I saw were a few soldiers lift me up and carry me. I woke up with a start, only to find myself on a wooden table with a raging backache. I tried to sit up, but I fell down. I looked to my left arm where I was shot, only to find nothing there. I started to scream in terror because 3/4 of my arm was gone. Suddenly, a man in a bloody white apron walked in. "I'm surprised you slept through the surgery," he said. "Most men would wake up, and then we'd have a problem." I must have been knocked out for a while. I can't believe I wouldn't wake up to someone sawing my arm off. "What happened?" I asked in my deepest, manliest voice. "You were shot, with multiple musket balls in the arm. It was impossible to try to remove them from your arm, and you to still have a working arm after that. So to save us both a lot of pain, I amputated your arm. We'll be sending you home to your family. You have served the army well, but we no longer require you here because you will not be able to shoot a musket. You'll be shipped off tomorrow at noon," he said. I lazily climbed into the ship. Everything was blurry and my arm was still blazing with pain. I fell asleep and woke up in my bed at home. My mom was feeling my head and checking the bandages on what was left of my arm. "You're awake," she said. I was wondering how my mother knew it was me when I realized she's the town doctor. "Mom, it's me, Andrea," I exclaimed. She looked startled and realized I'd snuck out to join the army. "Andrea, no! Why would you do such a thing? You had me worried sick, and your arm! I heard you were shot." She was angry with me. "Mom, I'm sorry I left. I just felt like I needed to avenge Dad. And now, look at me," I started to sob. Mom hugged me and rocked back and forth. "It's okay, Andy. I'm proud of you. You're very brave," Mom said. I drifted to sleep slowly in Mom's arms. It's been almost 3 years now. The British won Canada, and I said goodbye to Mum as I ventured off to build a house in the new land. It was hard to do with one arm, but the neighbors a few kilometers away came and helped me build. It took a few months, but now I have a lovely home. I even have 2 cows and a few chickens as a welcoming gift. I can't wait what my new life has in store for me.